Welcome back to another video. My name is Stephen Foster. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Today we are talking about how I make videos consistently on this channel. Now, if you've watched any of my videos prior to this one, you know that I've been trying to upload and have with this video successfully uploaded every single week since October now through December. I want to take some time to show you guys how I did that. It wasn't just me waking up every week going, hey, I want to make a video, how am I going to do that? I had a production schedule, production pipeline, if you will, of how I would make videos, what videos to make, how long they would be, categories, things like that. And that really helped me every week go, what video am I going to make? There's a plan here, and I can have some flexibility with that as well. So now I've seen some people use tools like Notion or Roam Research or larger applications to manage production, and that's totally fine. Those are great apps. But if you're just like me, someone who's an individual starting a channel, you're still trying to grow what you're doing with your channel, and you maybe look at some of these larger apps and go, well, I don't really want to spend a few days just trying to learn how to use an app just to start a YouTube channel. Maybe this system is for you. It's helped keep my overhead really simple and just keep me focused on what I'm trying to do, which is make videos on this channel. So we're gonna dive in here. I'm going to pull up Google Sheets. I have an example sort of template here for you guys. I might even share it out. I didn't invent this. This is actually a simplified version of something that I saw when I was at lynda.com, which became LinkedIn Learning and is now a part of Microsoft. But getting to see a big production pipeline and see how people plan video content all the way up through editing and final delivery of content and then marketing and promotion stuff, seeing that whole pipeline really helped me go, okay, hey, how can I simplify these little tasks into something I can do consistently week in and week out. 3 sheets here: ideas, which is the first sheet, production, and then published. Each one of these sheets is only 3 columns, so it makes it real simple and easy. And there's a section for category, title, and duration. For category, I may have something like mobile photography or maybe photography in general if I'm going to use like a bigger camera like the Canon EOS R or the R5. Maybe if I have something that's just more tech, I might put tech, or even just like general lifestyle videos, I might do something like that. So mobile photography, I know I'm going to be talking about the Light Chaser Pro sometime in the future, so I'll put that idea there. I know for normal photography, I have a video that I want to put together around shooting outdoors, so let's call that tips for shooting outdoors. And then maybe for general tech stuff, I know I have an iPhone 12 Pro Max on the way, so that should show up sometime soon. So let's do an unboxing for that, sure. Put that there, and then under lifestyle, oh, I know you guys want a Tesla Model X video. We'll call it Owner Insights. That'd be kind of fun. Haven't forgot about all of you that want a Tesla video. I usually put duration in here because I want to make sure that I'm not making content that's too long or too short. I kind of want a healthy mix of content where maybe there's something that's more accessible and 5-minute-ish content, 10-minute content for more in-depth ideas, and then try not to produce too many videos that are really more than 10 minutes. Because I know that's the kind of content that I like to watch is mostly between that 5 and 10 minute range, but sometimes I do like watching something a little bit longer, so I want to make sure I have a healthy dose of that. So I think the Light Chaser video will probably be 10 minutes. I'll throw that in there as a 10-minute-er. Tips for shooting outdoors, hopefully I can pull that off in about 5 minutes. That would be nice. The 12 Pro Max unboxing, I think I could probably pull that off in 5 minutes. There's not as much to that as there was the EOS R. There's definitely no power brick in there. And then for the Tesla Model X Owner Insights, sure, let's do that as a 10-minute video. I have a location I plan on shooting that one in. That should be fun. So yeah, that's it. That's typically how I fill out my ideas. I try to spend time in this section of my sheet at least once a week. And a lot of times I find that by having a spreadsheet that I can access on my phone, if I get an idea while I'm out and about, or if a friend or someone comments on a video and says, hey, you should do a video on this, I can do that, and then that fills out my idea thing. I didn't want to show you guys my whole idea sheet because I think I have over 150 ideas already banked in my actual sheet, and I didn't want to kind of give away everything. I kind of like having a little mystery there, but you'll find real quick, at least I did, I had been putting ideas down in some digital form or another, at least capturing those ideas for over a year. So when I started making videos in October, I already had over 100 video ideas that I could execute on with varying degrees of scripts and outlines and things like that. This system helped me capture that so that I could just execute on it really easily. Going over to the next sheet, which is production, we have 3 columns here: target, release, title, and duration. So with target release, once I promote an idea up into production, meaning I'm going to schedule this now for a time where I want it released, or a particular week that I want it released, I'll move it from the ideas section to the production section. So let's say this tips for shooting outdoors. I already know this is going to get published. I'll grab that and I'll move it from the ideas sheet over to the production sheet. So I'll paste that in there, and then I usually go back to the idea sheet now that I've promoted that idea to be a production video. I'm gonna clean that up on my idea sheet so it's not cluttering up things that I'm gonna do over there. And now I have this target release for this. And now I don't really care about the category as much. It's all eventually just gonna end up on my channel, but I just try to do that to help make sure that I'm making a healthy mix of content. But once it's promoted here into my production pipeline, I'll give it a target release and say I want this to be coming out Jan 1, 2021. So typically on my production schedule, I try to have at least a month's worth of videos scheduled out. Now, depending on your pipeline and how much time you have to commit to making videos, that may only mean that you're gonna put 2 videos on deck for the month. Maybe you're trying to do 2 videos a week like I was doing back in November. You're gonna have maybe 8 to 10 ideas here. But this then gives me some flexibility, and I try to spend some time in this part of the sheet, maybe twice a week, where I'm just scheduling things and going, okay, yeah, hey, I open my calendar and go, yeah, this day I have other things going on. I can't necessarily be making a video on that day. But this can then give you a great outlook on what's coming up in your production pipeline. I constantly reorder this once I do have 5, 10 things on deck for the next month, 6 weeks out. And then that just gives me a lot of flexibility where I can go, hey, you know, I'm really feeling more making this particular video over this particular video. I'm not beholden to these dates. I created these dates, so I can promote things, move things around, and that actually is huge in helping me consistently create and also be creating the thing that I'm most excited about at any given time. And if I'm not excited about anything, I can just look at my schedule and go, okay, what could I do here? And then dive into that, which is really helpful. And then finally, once I finish shooting, editing, all that other stuff, because that usually only takes me about an hour in one day to shoot about, I don't know, I probably shoot for half an hour to an hour. I condense that down to about a 5-10 minute video. It takes me maybe an hour or 2 to edit, so I usually do all that in one day. Maybe I do it over an afternoon and then a following morning. Once a video is completed, it's been published, I put it into this published sheet. Now, I think this is important to keep track of. I know in YouTube especially, you can go back and look at your content. Having this information without all the other things going on in YouTube Studio really helps me to just see how frequently am I uploading a video, what's my average duration roughly, do I need to be making more videos that are 5 minutes long, 10 minutes long, somewhere in that range. Is there a particular topic I haven't touched in a while? Like I know in December, there's been a lot of stuff around the EOS R, the R5, the RF mount system, because I just got the R5. And so in January, I'm planning to do more mobile photography stuff because I want to make sure that I have a healthy balance of both mobile and mirrorless type photography content. So I'm going to be doing some of that. But you can see here, this is actually my published schedule for 2020. So this is everything that I've published in 2020, and it makes it really easy at a glance just to understand where I'm at, what I want to be doing next, and it helps me be grateful for the fact that yeah, I've done some work here, and I made a lot of content, as they say. Now, this is the system that works for me. You may look at this and go, hey, I think this is total garbage, or this is great, I'm going to totally steal it. Please do. It's not even really my system. It's just me simplifying a better system that I saw, or at least a system that was better for a large team of people. You may think, hey, I like this, but I want to change a couple things. go for it. This is a really simple system. You could start doing this like in 5 minutes, and probably in 10 minutes build a production schedule for your YouTube channel for the next 3 months out. Easy. If you have ideas, or even just create this structure and start inputting ideas, you don't even necessarily have to commit to start making videos. Tell yourself, hey, once I have 20 ideas, I'm gonna start developing those ideas. So then when I do start producing content, I can just start hitting the ground running, and I'm not worried about running out of ideas or content, things like that. And the last thing I'll say with this particular setup is that it's a system that allows a lot of flexibility. Don't feel like because you put a date down, you have to meet that date, or because one piece of content is above another piece of content, that you have to make that content you don't want to make, especially if you don't have brand deals or anyone else beholden to. Like, make what you're excited about, make what you have the tools to create. I have so many ideas. Probably like a fourth of my ideas are all just backlogged, waiting on either a brand deal to go through, or a piece of technology or some type of accessory, camera, something to make a shot happen that I want to have happen. So some of that also is not going to happen because travel isn't a thing right now. So with all that said, use this system flexibly. Be kind to yourself if you do use it. But this is how I work. This is how I consistently make videos here on YouTube. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Stephen Foster. Please subscribe if you aren't already. I'd be honored if you would. Be kind, both in life and in the comments below. Like this video to send good vibes across the internet, and we'll do it again soon. Had that hair just like hanging out right there. Unnecessary. Unnecessary.